The wilderness is filled with various types and forms of animals, all of which struggle to survive. Some of them have large and powerful bodies that they can use to intimidate other animals and protect themselves, while others possess small and weak bodies. However, strength and size are not always an indicator of weakness or lack of cunning. You may encounter a small animal fearlessly standing in front of a larger one, and even attacking it with a dead heart, as if it is not afraid of anything. Hello, I'm Davis. But before we start, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell so that you can receive our videos promptly from the button below. If you hear the word turtle, you probably think of a peaceful animal standing in place and walking at a speed of 1 kilometer per hour. It doesn't do much in life except eat vegetables and lettuce and sleep inside its shell. However, this doesn't apply to all types of turtles. In the swamps and ponds of North America, there are turtles with large heads and strong jaws that eat meat. One of the fiercest and most dangerous turtles in the world is known as the snapping turtle. You can easily recognize this type of turtle at first glance because they are larger than ordinary turtles, their shells are darker and tend towards black, and they also have a long tail and big eyes. This type of turtle is divided into two species: the common snapping turtle, which is small in size, about 36 centimeters long and weighs around 13 kilograms, and the alligator snapping turtle, which is much larger, measuring about 73 centimeters in length and weighing over 112 kilograms. It is considered one of the largest turtles in the world due to the prominent bumps on its shell that give it a shape similar to that of an alligator. Since the snapping turtle spends most of its time on land and only goes into the water to lay eggs, its primary diet is expected to consist of fish and marine plants only. However, contrary to expectations, the snapping turtle eats anything that comes its way, including plants, insects, frogs, rodents, venomous snakes, birds, and even dead animals. In the early 1990s, the Indian government used snapping turtles to dispose of waste, decaying bodies, and dead animals dumped in the Ganges River. This led the turtles to consume the meat of the animals thrown into the river, which increased their aggression and danger. When they emerge from the water, snapping turtles become very aggressive and attack anyone who approaches them, regardless of their size or whether they are predators or peaceful, even if they are 100 times stronger. They try with all their ferocity to tear with their claws or bite with their strong jaws. A single bite from it can break the bones of an animal, and there are recorded cases of humans losing their fingers or even a whole hand when trying to approach it without caution. What's even more astonishing is that it can stretch its neck to the right and left with incredible speed. Researchers believe that its extreme aggressiveness is due to the large size of its head, which prevents it from retracting into its shell like other turtles. Therefore, it has no choice but to defend itself fiercely against its enemies. A small, seemingly peaceful insect standing in one place might give you the impression that it is harmless, especially when you know that it is nicknamed the farmer's friend. However, as you get to know it more, you will discover that the mantis, as it is called, is a source of terror for all living creatures that encounter it. Despite being only about 15 centimeters long, this tiny insect causes fear in all the creatures around it, from smaller insects to those several times its size. Although its diet consists mainly of relatively small insects in the beginning of its life, as it grows, it starts to include larger insects and even snakes, lizards, and frogs in its diet. It can even hunt in water. It's worth noting that not all of the 2,400 known species of the mantis can fly, and even those that can don't rely on flying to hunt. They wait for a bird to approach, then capture it by its neck. Unfortunately, a 12-year study in 2017 recorded 147 cases of mantis attacks on birds in 13 different countries, and the most common victim was the house sparrow. Imagine a tiny insect that is only as big as your finger eating a bird. What helps the mantis in this regard are its remarkable physical characteristics. It has a triangular head that can rotate 180 degrees and 5 eyes, 3 small ones in the middle and 2 large ones on the sides. This allows it to see everything around it very clearly and accurately determine distances. Additionally, it is fast and has a great ability to camouflage itself. The mantis can remain motionless for hours to the point where even you could be deceived and not see it. The most distinctive part of its body are its long and flexible front legs, which have a row of spines that it can use to secure its prey once they are embedded in its body. The first target it usually aims for is the head of its prey so that it can immobilize it and then begin to enjoy its meal while it is still alive. It seems as if it is taking revenge on its prey. If the prey resists and struggles, it quickly wraps its neck around it and kills it, without giving it a chance to escape. In addition to its ferocity, the mantis is also fearless and not afraid of anything, including snakes, which we humans often fear. In fact, even snakes are afraid of the mantis. If a larger animal attacks it, and it realizes that it cannot defeat it, it does not run away. Instead, it stands in front of the animal and spreads its body out to make it seem larger than its actual size. It also hisses and uses its shield to scare the animal, even if it is only the size of a cat. What's amazing is that it often succeeds in scaring off its attacker. On the island of Tasmania, located in Australia, lives one of the strangest mammals and the largest carnivorous marsupial in the world, known as the Tasmanian devil. Before understanding why it is called a devil, it is important to note that this animal's length from head to tail does not exceed 90 centimeters, making it look like a small dog. The Tasmanian devil is a nocturnal animal that sleeps during the day and becomes active at night. In the past, European settlers used to hear strange noises and screams coming from the forest, which they believed were the sounds of evil spirits. However, over time, they discovered that there was an animal in the forest whose entire body was covered in black fur except for a small part around its neck. When someone approaches it, its ears turn red and it bares its teeth while making the same loud noises that the settlers heard at night. This is the reason why it was named the Tasmanian devil. In addition to its fierce features and terrifying sound, the Tasmanian devil is also a fast animal that can run at a speed of 24 kilometers per hour for a continuous hour. It is capable of traveling long distances in search of food, and is considered one of the most opportunistic animals, eating almost anything. However, it relies more on dead carcasses as its primary source of food, and is known to consume every part of the carcass including feathers, fur, bones, and even teeth. Its powerful jaw muscles and sharp teeth allow it to crush bones, and it is said that it can even break iron bars with its strong bite. Indeed, the Tasmanian devil combines a set of mischievous characteristics that make it quite a troublemaker by nature. It has a dead heart and does not care about anyone else to the point where it sometimes steals food from other, larger and more dangerous animals. Sometimes, when it has a meal, it will sleep inside the body of its prey to prevent other animals from approaching it until it wakes up to continue eating. Moreover, it will eat any animal it encounters, and if it cannot find any other animals, it may fight with members of its own species and even steal their offspring to eat them. All of these traits truly make it a devilish creature. The wolverine is an animal from the weasel family, with a size similar to that of a dog but with the strength of a bear. It has a pungent odor and is the animal from which the superhero character in the X-Men movie series, known as Wolverine, was inspired. The wolverine lives among wolves and bears in the polar regions, grasslands, tundra, and mountain forests. It possesses physical characteristics that allow it to survive in such harsh environments with dangerous predators. Its body is covered with a thick layer of fur that not only protects it from the cold but also absorbs shocks and bites from other animals. Additionally, it has a keen sense of hearing and can detect the scent of prey even if it is buried 6 meters deep under the snow. It is also a skilled swimmer and climber, able to navigate through trees with ease. When the wolverine catches its prey using its powerful jaw and sharp teeth, it tears apart every piece of it, including the bones, as it is a carnivorous animal. Its diet includes many types of animals, including those much larger than itself. It is also intelligent and uses snow to preserve the remains of its prey so that it can return to it later when it is hungry and find it still fresh. The wolverine is known for being stubborn, aggressive, and fearless. When it senses any threat, its claws double in length, it bares its teeth, emits a foul odor, and attacks without hesitation. It has been observed many times winning battles against bears or wolves. Since we are talking about bravery and animals that aren't afraid of anything, we cannot skip the honey badger. According to the Guinness World Records, the honey badger is the bravest animal in the world. It has physical characteristics that make it fearless, such as its thick skin that is resistant to spear and arrow attacks. Even if it is not affected by these attacks, it is definitely not affected by the venom from scorpions, insects, or snakes. The worst thing that can happen to it after being bitten multiple times is that it may faint for a short period of time and then continue continue with its life. Additionally, its skin secretes a sticky substance, and due to its looseness, it can move easily under its skin, making it difficult for anyone to catch or hold onto it. Indeed, the honey badger is also known for its powerful jaws and sharp teeth, which allow it to eat almost anything. There is nothing that is off limits for it, and to give you an idea of its strength, it has been observed eating turtles by cracking their shells. It has an incredibly strong will and determination, and nothing seems to faze it, regardless of the size, strength, or number of its opponents. In fact, one honey badger was once seen fighting off 13 lions for over an hour before they eventually gave up and retreated. One of the honey badger's brutal fighting techniques is to target the genitalia of its opponents and tear them off, causing them to bleed to death before it devours them. This is why there are no animals in the wild that would dare to attack it. So, we've come to the end. To all those who have made it this far, you guys are the coolest. Please give us a like before you go, so we know how many of you made it to the end. Also, don't forget to leave a comment with any suggestions for future topics you'd like us to cover. Take care and goodbye.